What's up, gamers? Welcome back to another episode of GameSmart. I'm Steve, and today we're going to be looking at another Teamfight Tactics VOD review. I'm going to be showing you guys a super strong build that I think is going to be super good when the server goes live, especially in those games where you end up with an extra spatula. So definitely stay tuned. It's going to be a good one, but before we hop into that, I do just want to shout out XYZ Zirconium, who has been one of our original subscribers coming over from Reddit. They have recently hit Diamond, and yeah, they've climbed from Gold to Diamond in just under a week, and they credited a lot of that to the videos and the guides I've been posting. So this is absolutely what we're here for on GameSmart. I'm hoping to share some game knowledge with you guys and help you hit your goals. So if that's you, if I'm able to help you, definitely let me know down in the comments below. Really appreciate it, XYZ, and congrats on Diamond, and I'll hope you hit it again in the next set. Let's get into the VOD review. We are in the VOD review, everybody. We are able to start off with a BF sword off of the carousel, which I think is a pretty strong item. As far as carousel priority when things go live, I think that tier and belts have moved up a lot as in terms of priority, and I think that they share the stage with rods and swords. This is going to be a redeemed video though, and I would say that the most important items for them are definitely the rods and swords, because we are going to be prioritizing items on our Vel'Koz, and Vel'Koz you basically want to itemize similar to Asol in 4.5. He's the big mage that does all the damage, so you give him the spell crit, the jeweled gauntlet for spell crit, give him the Hextech Gunblade for healing, and a GA. So that's obviously going to be 2 rods and 2 swords, so I would say rods and swords are the best start for a redeemed composition. And redeemed is a comp that I tend to find myself like hoarding the units for quite a bit. I don't play redeemed every game, but I'll like often find myself holding onto some redeemed units at the beginning of the game, thinking that I might play it. So 3 redeemed actually isn't super strong, guys, and I'm not going to like sugarcoat it and say, oh, you're going to be win streaking, just put in 3 redeemed and you're going to be winning. A lot of times it's actually better to play another board and then transition into redeemed at 6 redeemed, but I guess that's the case with a lot of comps in this game. So why redeemed is so good in the late game is because what the trait does is it gives all of your units that have the same trait, or rather all of your redeemed units, give them bonus magic resistance and armor. And when they die, this bonus magic resistance and armor is split to the other remaining redeemed characters. So when all of your redeemed units are alive, it's not a huge boost, but actually at 6 and 9 redeemed, it's actually quite a bit of stat still. But once these units start dying off and your last redeemed unit gets all of those redeemed traits, then it ends up being several hundred magic resistance and armor kind of thing. Your last redeemed unit is super tanky. And so the reason why it's good is that, well, you've got this Vel'Koz, which is basically your Asol, and you've got redeemed, which is basically Elderwood, but like a little bit different. So it's basically like an Elder Spat Asol if you get up to the 6 redeemed and you're running Vel'Koz as your carry. So that's basically why it's a really strong build, and yeah, it's definitely one you're going to want to look out for on the live servers. This was played after, I believe, the most recent Vel'Koz nerf on PBE, so Vel'Koz was nerfed twice back to back. Just had a couple, like 100 or 200 damage taken off at level 2 here. I think it was like 100 damage at level 2, which isn't a huge deal because Vel'Koz does so much damage anyways that you're never really like wanting for more damage. That is if you've itemized yourself correctly. So anyways, the Vel'Koz has been nerfed. This is played post Vel'Koz nerf, and it's still really strong, and I think it's going to hit live in a similar state. So I really recommend people looking to play redeemed when the servers go live. Again, I'm saying play redeemed. In stage 2, I don't think redeemed is good. In stage 3, I don't think redeemed is particularly good. I'm currently running a Renewer Brawler board because I'm just getting a lot more value out of it. But I wouldn't say I'm set on playing redeemed yet. I do have a few redeemed units, and I have slammed a Hextech Gunblade, which obviously fits into my build. But I'm not forcing it at this point yet. I'm more just staying open to it. So yeah, that's something to definitely keep in mind. And because I do have a couple redeemed 2-stars already, I am throwing it in and just to get some value out of it. In hyper roll mode especially, I would say like don't play redeemed and just like keep them on your bench until level 6. But this is a normal teamfight tactics game, and so I have to actually balance my econ still, so I actually decide to get value out of just playing the redeemed board. 3 redeemed isn't bad, it really isn't bad, especially if you've got some 2-stars and stuff and a balance of frontline and backline. I just think that this comp really excels in the later game. So I do really luck out and I get myself a spatula for Krugs. Spatulas are super important in set 5.0. There's no chosens to activate the extra traits, so I think that spatulas are, I think they're a lot more fun, and I think they're a lot more like worthwhile in this set. There's also twice as many spatulas as there was before with the addition of shadow spatulas, so it's definitely going to take some getting used to. Yeah, so in set 4.5 we had a few like spatulas that were better than the rest, basically. Like Mage Spat was super strong. Duelist Spat on Kale was good, and then it was like, what, maybe a Vanguard Spat in the Nico build, and those were like your best spat sort of thing. Maybe an Assassin Spat on Darius, right? As far as spatulas go, what I found so far is that redeemed is really strong with spatulas, because if you can get up to 9 redeemed, it's really good. The other spatula, and like a build that I think you should go for if like, let's say everyone gets a spatula at Carousel 1 or whatever, would be Dawnbringer, actually. Dawnbringer is extremely strong, just because you can give somebody that's pretty tanky a ton of their health back, so you get like a Volley Bear or like a Mordekaiser or whoever with a Dawnbringer spatula, and they are suddenly this unkillable killing machine. And yeah, Dawnbringer is just another good vertical trait. But yeah, those are my 2 favorite builds when I have extra spatulas. Redeemed builds out of the normal spatula plus a magic resistance cloak, by the way. Dawnbringer is a spatula plus a giant's belt. So you can see here, we're midway through stage 3, and I mean, we're pretty healthy because all of our matches have been quite close, but because we've been playing like this redeem board, we're not crazy win streaking or anything. It's not a bad board, and I mean, we're playing a lot of 2-stars with like 2 active synergies kind of thing through round 3. We don't have a terrible board out by any means. But I'm just saying, don't expect to absolutely be rolling everybody stages 2 and 3 with redeemed, because that's just not how it goes. This is a bit of a later game build, because it does rely so much on the 4-cost carry of Vel'Koz, as well as redeemed, like the Kale eventually as well. Like there's a lot of really good redeemed units that are 4 and 5 costs, like you've got Rel, Kale, and Vel'Koz, which are amazing units all in their own right. So the fact that they all fall under the same redeemed tree is a huge reason why this build is so strong. Yeah, and it's pretty simple too. Like it's kind of like, once you've got direction in the form of some good Vel'Koz items, you just start grabbing all the redeemed units from your shop. You're eventually going to want to run like the vertical trait. Like you're going to want to run it pretty much just redeemed, not with like a ton of side synergies. There are definitely some side synergies that are important, and we'll be getting into those a bit later in the video when we get down there. But yeah, just like hitting 6 redeemed is a huge power spike. And I think it's better than Elderwood was. I compared redeemed to Elderwood earlier, and I think it's actually better. Because Elderwood required that the fight lasted a long time for everyone to ramp up, and they all ramp up together. Redeemed, you're going to get the value regardless. Because units are going to die, and those extra stats are going to get passed on. So I think it's a little bit better than Elderwood in that regard. So at 4-1 here, at level 7, we high roll a Vel'Koz, and this is best case scenario for this build. Like I said, Vel'Koz is the creme de la creme as far as what you're looking for and where your damage is going to be coming from. Definitely want to position Vel'Koz in a corner, because it shoots like across the map, basically towards the biggest cluster, and you want it to hit as many people as possible. So Knight is, I've put Knight in here, and it is actually probably one of the more important synergies to run with Redeemed. I also slammed the Redeemed Spatula, which, oh, it's unfortunately, yeah, I was going to say, it should let me get up to 6 Redeemed here. There we go. 6 Redeemed, 2 Legionnaire, 2 Knight. The 2 Knight is definitely more important than the Legionnaire. I just happen to have the Spat on a Draven that I also high rolled, so whatever. But Knight is 15 block damage, and this is like a flat amount, and I think it goes really well with all of the bonus resistances you're going to be getting, because basically it's a flat amount on top of resistances, which do a percentage amount, so you're getting just a ton of damage reduction and a ton of value from that. And yeah, once you've got the 6 redeemed, you see how much stronger my board is now. My front line is much tankier, and when my front line eventually does die, that means my back line is now tanky, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Like, it gives you like 2 front lines, provided they don't have crazy backline access. And we are now just starting to roll everybody. So yeah, this is like the mid game, right? We've hit this comp pretty hard. So we're midway through round 4, and we've got 6 redeemed in with Knight, which is a pretty important tech as well. We've got our Vel'Koz that's already itemized. We sold off our Lysandra, which was our item carrier, and yeah, transferred the items over to our Vel'Koz, the spell crit, and the Hex tech. We are missing the GA, and I actually don't know if we end up getting one in this build. I think it is quite important, the aggro drop off, the aggro reset, because I mean, your champions die sometimes, and it's really all about like getting an extra cast off of your mage carry, or they're spell weavers technically here. So the other tech that I probably should really be prioritizing right now is actually spell weaver. So I shouldn't have this Draven in holding the spatula. I should grab any spell weaver and transfer that spat over. That would make this board a little bit stronger. I am making use of the fact that Draven is just like a good unit, and I mean it's round 4 right now, so I've got basically the AP threat and the AD threat, so it's really hard to itemize against me, and yeah, I'm doing a lot of mixed damage, which of course is a good thing, but admittedly I think that it would be in everyone's best interest, in my own best interest, to switch out the Draven for a Spellweaver, like grab a Victor or something, or a Zyra, whatever. Just because the additional damage on my Vel'Koz would be nice. I said Vel'Koz doesn't really need the extra damage, and the nerf wasn't a big deal, but that's like 2-star Vel'Koz. 1-star Vel'Koz still needs a little extra oomph to get him over the goal line to be killing everything. So I actually end up getting Ironclad in here as well. I think that Ironclad is also quite a good trait in general, but also with Redeemed. So again, it's just going to be giving all of our units even more armor. So with 6 Redeemed and 3 Ironclad now, I think 6 Redeemed gives like 70, maybe it's 50 armor and 50 magic resist or something. Ironclad 3 gives another 90, so all of our units basically have an extra 140 bonus armor, which is stupid bonkers broken. All of these, like, Aphelios and Draven comps are just doing absolutely nothing to us, and we are just rolling over them. Like, look at this guy. I don't think this guy killed a unit, and he had, a decent-looking Aphelios board. Yeah. This is a really strong build, guys. Really strong build. We get the Kaelin as well at level 8, which is a bit of a higher roll, but hey, we take it. Games don't always go our way, but this one did. As far as other items you're going to want in this build, I typically have Syndra or Varus as my like Chalice and Zeke's holders, so like my aura item holders. And I'll position them next to the Vel'Koz in the corner. And then in the other corner, so where my Varus is currently standing, I should actually have Lux there. And the reason you want Lux in the opposite corner is a bit of a bait unit, but also because Lux will shield the furthest unit away. And the real idea here is you want Lux to be shielding your Vel'Koz just about on every cast so that your Vel'Koz stays healthy and keeps doing damage. So yeah, that is definitely... I guess I actually don't... Yeah, I do have a Lux here. I should be making that switch, but such is life, such is life. We don't always make these plays optimally, and yeah. That is, again, a part of the reason why I do these VOD reviews, is I look for the mistakes I'm making in my own play, because we all seem to have this typical mindset of, I'm playing as well as I can every game, and I mean, in this circumstance, I knew that I just hit my composition really hard, and maybe I was going to win regardless, or whatever, or hey, it's not ranked, it's still on the PBE. Also, it's just I'm still familiarizing myself with the set, so yeah. But the Lux position, I think, is pretty good if you put it where the Varus is currently positioned. Lux is, I think, also a bit of a hidden OP with the Mystic tag, and the fact that like the shield that Lux provides can be really good if you have it going across your whole backline. Yeah, Ironclad 3 is really good here, and I knew that I wanted to use this game for YouTube, so I didn't do any scouting here to see what the remaining lobby competitions are going to be. And I didn't do scouting just because I know it's a bit easier to watch the game if we're just focused on my board the whole time. But we do finally hit the 9 redeemed. Obviously, you're going to need at least one spatula. It's one spatula in all of the redeemed units, or, of course, multiple redeemed spatulas will get you there. Yeah, we've only got the one redeemed spatula at the moment, so we're making it work for us. But I think that this is a pretty darn strong composition. Like, if you get 9 redeemed in, or 8 redeemed in, you're automatically going to be getting the Legionnaire bonus from your Aatrox and Kale, but then we've also got the Nautilus as our holder to get the Ironclad and Knight tags, and I think that's a really good use of the spatula personally, just because it gets us quite a bit of stats, and that's going to be enough to secure the win, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you guys next time.